everybody, Max from MaksPlayground, and welcome to another Sims 4 building video. So this is a collab between Simarchy and MsGryphi that we decided to do. I asked if they would like to make a campground, and they agreed. So we decided to make it kind of like a family campground sorta. So if you wanted to go on a vacation with a larger family, or you can just go on a vacation with like 2 of your Sims and pick one of the trailers that we built. Basically, I'm doing a small little trailer for maybe 2 teenagers, and Steph is doing the trailer for the kids, and Tanya is doing the trailer for the parents and toddlers. So if you send your Sim there and they don't have a big family, you can just pick between, you know, the 3, whichever you want your Sims to camp out in. I gave mine a very girly boho type of vibe. I made it the camper purple. I don't know, I just thought it'd be really cool to do something little, like, you know, cute like that. And I saw this video on Facebook that I actually tagged Steph in, and it was like dream campers. Well, it was our dream campers. It was like super hippie, super like boho, pastel, like girly, you name it. It was really sweet. So yeah, I can't even talk. I kept with girly colors, pink, purple. Well, not, you know, I won't even say those are girly colors because I know guys that love those colors. So I kept with those pastel type of colors. So yeah, I'm cutting it really close though because I've had a really crazy weekend. This goes out tomorrow, which it's Sunday tonight, and it goes out tomorrow on a Monday. And or I guess when you're listening to it, it would be Monday. So I am super, like this past weekend has been crazy, you guys. Like, I don't even know where to begin. If it's not for this crazy week at work that I've had, like just a bad in the bad kind of crazy, or the fact that I couldn't get into my apartment yesterday because I had somebody in the building next to me pretty much barricade themselves in their apartment with a shotgun, and had the police completely take our street over, and had to, okay, so I'll just launch into this story. Okay, so I went to work on Friday night into Saturday, and I had a really bad shift, and I got home. Well, I was getting home, and my mom told me, you know, you may not be able, she picked me up and she said, we may not be able to get into like our apartment. And I said, what's going on? She kind of said, something's going on in the building beside us. Now, I don't really live in the like most upper class neighborhood. I grew up in this neighborhood. My dad owns 2 buildings in this neighborhood, and let's just say it's not the most richest neighborhood. There's, you know, it's rough around the edges. It's more downtown than in like other areas, and it's, you know, it's a rough around the edges kind of neighborhood. It's not like super run down or anything, but it's, you know, it has some colorful characters, let's just say. And so beside the building beside ours has some of those kind of, you know, just very eclectic kind of people, I guess. It's not even eclectic, if that's the right word. Just some very interesting people live there, we'll say that. And one of the people that lived there was a girl and her boyfriend, and they were known for fighting a lot, and they actually vandalized some of my mother's property. They ripped up her flowers and threw alcohol at her car one night, and it was very dramatic, very upsetting for me, and just to see my parents' property, especially my mom, who works very hard on the things that she has. And I don't know, it really upset me, and we exchanged words, and I told her, you know, if you ever like touch my mom's, or, you know, touch our property again, there's gonna be trouble. So anyways, that was that one time explaining this person. So she's known to have like, they're known to have parties and, you know, get into arguments a lot, and things like that. So I guess what happened on Saturday or Friday night is they were drinking, and they had an argument, and they ended up getting into a bad enough fight that the police were called. And then they left, and that was at like 4 o'clock. And then by 7:30, I guess her boyfriend left the premises and called the police and told them that she has a shotgun and she's locked herself in the room. I'm leaving. So he left. He was nowhere to be found, and what a great boyfriend. And left her there. And the police, so by 7 a.m. the police were like everywhere. My mom went to come and pick me up from work, and she told me that had happened. And so when we got back there, hoping to get in after one of the worst night shifts in a while that I have had, and I wanted to just go home to sleep, go lay down, and forget about the night before, and I couldn't. I got there and they said no, and I asked them if they had gotten my boyfriend and my father out of the building, because we rent from my dad. So like we live upstairs and they live like downstairs, diagonal way. But yeah, so diagonally downstairs, if that makes any sense. There's like 4 apartments. But anyways, so yeah, so we couldn't get in. They told us they evacuated my boyfriend and my dad, but they had not evacuated them, because I called them and they were still there. They had no idea what was going on. Well, my boyfriend had no idea what was going on. He was sleeping. So I told them, like, here, like, come out, we'll take you to work, because they were allowed to leave, but we weren't allowed to go in. And I actually got into an argument with the fire constable, believe it or not. It was just annoying. And it turns out that so that day we drove my boyfriend to work, whatever, blah blah blah. We got back thinking maybe it would be cleared up. No, it was not cleared up. It did not get cleared. Like, I wasn't able to get back into my apartment until about 3 or 1 o'clock that day, and I left work at 8:30. So I was so tired, and I didn't have my insulin. So this is where stuff gets a little bit crazy. I didn't have my insulin because I'm a type 1 diabetic, as I've mentioned in the past before in my videos, and I have to take insulin. So I had told the EMS, like, is there any way I can get into my apartment so I can get my insulin, which I normally take when I get home from work and then go to sleep. And they said, well, I'll talk to the cops, and we'll figure it out. And so the cops were gonna let me. So they, like, the way that my apartment is like, there's a there's a building, then there's my building, and then there's a building beside me. But you're going like down a street, and then it's like the tracks are at the end of the street, and then there's like a road that goes up and around and up a hill and then out towards the main street. So it's like a square, almost like a square block. So they said, okay, like, go around the block and come down the hill, and we'll let you go into your apartment. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And as I was going down the hill, I was like right at the bottom of the hill, just talking to the cop, and they were about to let me go. And all of a sudden, like, I was about to leave, and then like to go into my place, like to like cross where that building was and go into my place, and there was smoke, like a big dark black smoke going out of like the screen. And then all of a sudden a girl screamed and pushed herself out of the screen window, and thank goodness there was like a lip roof where she could like get out of the window and go onto another roof. And so she was on the roof, and she started like swearing and being belligerent. And like, I'm not one to point fingers or accuse people, because, I work in a field with addictions and, people who have addiction problems, and, I'm in the social work field. So like that kind of stuff, I don't judge people on or anything. But this girl, like, she was on drugs. She was and she's known to be on drugs in the neighborhood, like, people know in the building and stuff. So she was not agreeing with the cops. She wouldn't get off the window or off the roof. And as I had said before, the police were under the impression that she had a shotgun, and she had a piece of glass in her hand and was threatening to kill herself. So of course the cops were like, get out of here, you have to get out. And like the ambulance was like the sirens are running. Well, there was already an ambulance and a fire truck there already, but more fire trucks came. They had to cut the hydro. So by this point, there was a lot of people in the neighborhood kind of just watching what was going on across the street. Like, like a ways across the street. And so yeah, all that was happening. And I of course I had to leave right away, and I didn't end up getting into my apartment because they had to get negotiators, psychologists, like a psychologist slash negotiator there to like try to talk her down, and she didn't. Like, it was like 1 o'clock when all that happened. We didn't get in until 3, so like it took like 2 hours to clean like everything said and done. But the most like messed up part was the way they ended up getting her in the house is like my father told me was they had to go, because there's a road to get to the like our buildings from the back. So like, and if you there's like balconies on that building that you can like go up and get in. So they went on into the balcony, into the apartment that she was in, and they tased her. She fell backwards and they grabbed her, and that, like, they had to tase the girl. Yes, I repeat, tase her. So and then after everything was said and done, there was just so much drama, and it was, like, I've seen some, like, I grew up in this neighborhood. I've seen some pretty crazy things. There's been fires at certain buildings in the neighborhood before. Like, there's been fights. There's been lots of nuts things that have happened. Me and my friends have gotten into some pretty crazy shenanigans ourselves. I wasn't an angel when I was a teenager. So, like, you know, I just think about that. But this has been the scariest and realest, like, drama that's happened in our neighborhood. And I was on the news. They, like, the news people, I almost said the name of the well, I could say it because I'm kidding. CTV News they came, and I had to like a small little interview. It's actually really funny, but honestly, I was so tired and I had to work that night. It was absolutely awful. I was so out of it at work, and then I had another really bad shift. So well, not really. I guess it was just I was really tired. It just like, my boyfriend was at work and through the whole thing, and he's like, oh my god, I didn't think it was gonna come to like escalate to that. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was definitely really crazy. And now the landlord next door, he had a fire at his other building not too long ago as well, and this place gathered up $80,000 worth of damage. Thank goodness he has insurance, but he's gonna be paying like a crazy insurance bill considering his other building. But he rents to like very sketchy people, and he rents to people like that. So if that's what you know, those are the chances that you're gonna take. So he was complaining to my dad, and my dad's like, no, that's why you rent to people who you can trust and who are, you know, stable and have good references and stuff like that. Like, obviously you want to give a chance to everybody, right? But you have to be very smart when you're a landlord. Sorry, I just had to take a drink. You have to be very smart when you're a landlord. You can't just rent to anybody. You have to check background. You have to check references. Things like that. My dad has learned his lesson that way because he's rented to some pretty sketchy people before. He made bad judgment calls, and our place has, like, the building or the apartment that I'm living in right now has actually caught on fire because somebody fell asleep with a cigarette lit, and my dad had to completely renovate it, and like his insurance got hiked up. Thank goodness he had insurance. But yeah, it was a pretty crazy day, though. I have to say, I haven't had a really crazy day like that in, wow, such a long time. It's just like a series of incidents that have been happening this past week. I'm so excited to start school because I'm not working, and like I'm not going to be working during school, so I'm going to have like a lot more time to just, like, besides my schoolwork, just to relax, chill out, and like do Sims videos. I'm going to be sticking to a schedule more than likely. Like, I'm gonna cross my fingers. I've had problems with schedules in the past, like sticking to them for more than like 3 or 4 weeks, but I'm gonna be uploading. I'm gonna try to just upload 3 times a week, which is gonna be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'm gonna try to stream once or twice a week, either Tuesdays or Thursdays, but I'm not promising all the time depending on what's going on in school. But I'm gonna try to stream at least once a week, and if I have a free like a day where I'm not really doing much, it'll maybe be 2 times a week. But that's just like, and then the weekend maybe a random video here and there. But yeah, no, that's the schedule that I've been kind of sticking to. I'm gonna be sticking to, I should say. I've kind of just been uploading like sporadically. Some days I'll upload like every day, some weeks I'll upload every day, some weeks I'll upload once or twice a week. I've been trying to upload more though lately, and I've had a little bit of an increase in subscribers. So if you are one of those new subscribers, thank you and welcome to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber that just like comes and like watches my videos or just likes to see what's going on in my life, because I don't really get into too much detail, but I've kind of been a little bit more open about things. So instead of just talking about the build all the time. So thank you for subscribing and welcome back. So I'm gonna try to stick to those days for uploading, and I don't know when that'll change or if it'll get like lesser uploads as school gets a lot busier, because I am entering my final year of social work, social service work, and I am so excited about that. I am so nervous. I don't know if I want to go to university to get my Bachelor of Arts in social work, but it's definitely an option. I just have to really focus and like buckle down and get like a good average. I'm aiming for like a 3.8 to 4.0 GPA this semester, so it's gonna be pretty crazy. I'm ecstatic though. I'm just so excited to walk across the stage of my graduation cap, and like I don't know, I'm excited. It's been long enough. I've actually taken 2 different things in college before, so one and then general arts. So my first time I went to college, I took public relations, and then I got sick for a year, to say the least, and I took a year off of school, and so I decided now I'm in social work, and I love it. You know, I love the field in a way, and so I am getting to the end of this video. Will be coming up shortly. I'm just doing the kitchen, adding in some details. I add in the light, and I have to do the living room. I use the Parenthood, one of the Parenthood couches. Anyways, I like the way it turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget to check out Simarchy and then MsGryphi's. It's in that order, or you can watch it in whatever order you want. I hope you guys enjoyed this build, and check out either MsGryphi's or Simarchy's download links, because mine's the unfinished version. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys later. Bye!